Alright, what's up YouTube? We are here with Brandon from Team Aladeen. Description will be the channel. Go to it. Subscribe.
Yes, go to it.
Alright, deck profile. What are you playing?
I'm playing geargia, Machina version. I don't like the character build. I think it's shitty, even though it won YCS Providence.
Alright.
I think his build was really bad. But...
Do you think geargias are fun in general?
Yeah, they're fun. I don't know. When I first built them, I hated them, and then I built Sam's and scrubbed out regional, and then I rebuilt them, and they've been doing much better now. So I'm liking them again.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, but here's the deck. I'm playing 3 armor. That's pretty obvious. It's the heart of the deck. If you set him and you get to flip him next turn and he doesn't get warning, you're pretty much going to win the game because you just gain so much advantage from 1 armor flip. And then 3 accelerator, that's obvious. You go into your geargia X plays and, you know, whatever else.
Just go hand in hand.
Yeah, pretty much. 3 arsenals. I don't know why people play 2. He is Lone Fire Blossom for this deck. And, like, the faster you can get to geargia armor, the better. And then 3 gear frames. He searches out the fortresses and the cannon, and it just more plays with the X, and you get to equip protect them, get more searches off. 3 fortress. This card is really good.
So good.
So good. He goes into Big Eye, and it's just Big Eye wins games by himself, single-handedly. Anytime I drop Big Eye, I pretty much win, and he just keeps coming back too, which is just ridiculous. 1 cannon, he's Monster Reborn. I hate playing him, but you really have to, because, you know,
he's better than Force.
Yeah, he's better than Force. Like, I just hate opening with him, but other than that, you know, he's good. 1 mole. I recently just added this in over limiter removal. I used to play limiter, and limiter was good, but there were times when my opponent would have a synchro, and I'd have a dead limiter with no monsters. I'm like, this would be way better if it was a Gramble. So I put it in over Gramble, and it's really good again in the mirror too, because it bounces their armors before they can go off.
Alright.
And then Gore's pretty obvious.
Gore's is just like the best card ever.
Yeah, and like I've even used him after like the attack. I'll drop Gore's and then like pitch for Fortress and go into Big Eye and take their creature.
Yep.
That's the monsters. I believe that's 18 monsters, if I'm not mistaken. 17 or 18. 2 dualities. Some decks don't play this, but I do. It helps it get more consistent. Lets me get to armor if I don't open with them.
Alright, I have a quick question. I forgot to say this before you went to spells. Geargias, they maintain a lot of hand advantage.
They do.
Is Trag really shitty in this deck?
I haven't tested Trag, but I don't like it just because if I drop Trag, it's not a machine. But I like to discard the guys I do have in my hand for Fortress. Like, I mostly have 2, 3, maybe 4 cards when I go off, actually. So Trag's no more than 2,400 most times. So, I mean, he doesn't get too big. He's not like 3,000 or 3,600 all the time. He's like 24 and under, and that really isn't big enough to get over any of the big threats that this deck needs to get over. Like opposing Fortresses, Shien, Stardust, different things like that.
Right.
It's just not big enough.
Alright.
Yeah, but 2 dualities. Let's get to the armor. 2 MSTs, space random shit, you know, that I might need here. Smashing Grounds. I mainboard these to kill Thunder King because Thunder King is the like bane of this deck. It destroys it. I need to kill him as soon as possible. And I've even used this card like when I go in and they drop like their Trags or Gores, and I just smash the thing in main phase 2. And like, they don't have any advantage from there on.
Now, I have a question. Some people would say main Soul Taker over this. What's your opinion on that? Because I personally hate Soul Taker.
Soul Taker's a better card because it can like get rid of Shiny and Light Pulsar and make it lose its miss its timing. But I don't know. I don't like giving my opponent 1,000 life points.
That's how I feel.
So, and especially, this is mainly for Thunder King. So, if they just, most of the time they're just going to have Thunder King and some back row. Where Smashing Grounds is the same thing Soul Taker does, but it won't give him 1,000. And that's the main reason why, like, that 1,000 is actually a big deal in this deck too. Because there have been times where I'll go for like 81, I think it's 81. And if I had Soul Taker, their guy, they would survive the hit. So I like Smash more.
Seems legit.
Yeah, and then like the staples, Heavy, Dark Hole, Reborn, Pot, Book of Moon, and Mind Control. I just put this in too.
Mind Control is really good.
Yeah, this card's good in the mirror. I like taking their armors, flipping them, and just doing all my shenanigans off their card. And I don't have to like really commit anything actually of my stuff to the board, other than Mind Control, obviously. This card is just super disgusting. And taking their Thunder Kings and just exceeding with them is also an option. And then I play 1 Lance. I used to play 2. I took it 1 out for the Mind Control, and it's been running better. Just 1's fine. 2 wasn't too bad, but there have been times where I've had dead Lances as well. So that's why I cut this down to 1. And then the traps, 2 warnings, 2 bottomless, 2 deep prisons, 2 compulse, and fan of Judgment.
No Starlight?
No Starlight. Judgment is way better than Starlight.
You wouldn't play Judgment and Starlight?
I would not play Judgment. I used to play Starlight and Judgment, and Starlight was dead all the time. I've never activated Starlight Road, so I hate the card. Yeah, I think it's really bad. And I also don't play like torrentials or anything like that that would actually destroy my stuff. This is all just to protect geargia armor as much as possible.
Alright.
I've considered Fiendish Chains, because Fiendish Chains are good.
I like Fiendish Chain.
But I have Effect Veilers in the sideboard, so, yeah. But this is just like a really good trap lineup. It's only 9, but it does its job. So, alright, onto the side deck. I side 2 Veilers. This is for like wind-ups, the Mirror.
Any other random jank
Dino Rabbit, stupid stuff like that, where this card just like really shines. And I don't want to main board him because my worst matchup's Dark World and Insectors, and this card's just so bad against Dark World, and I just really don't want to run the Dark World with this main board and just get shit on. So that's why they're in the side. And I side 2 Dinas. This is for Samurais, Dino Rabbit.
Wind-ups.
Yeah, this card is just a monster. It's so good. Like, I love Fossil Rhino.
For sure.
Yeah, 1 Snowman Eater. I only have room for 1, otherwise I'd probably use 2, but this is like Dino Rabbit Sam's.
Yeah.
I even put this in against Heroes, different things like that. And then 2 System Downs for the Mirror.
Yeah.
Because this card's really good against the Mirror. I'll let them explode and do whatever they want. I just gotta survive it.
Do you like System Down over Cyber Dragon?
Definitely. I used to sideboard 2 Cyber Dragons and 2 System Downs. I've never special summoned Cyber Dragon and went to Chimera Attack. System Down, I've System Down them and they just lose the game.
Alright.
It's so much better. As long as I survive the hit, I'll let them go off, do whatever they want, and I'll System Down them, and they just lose because they have nothing else to do. And then 2 Macros Cosmos. These just got added in over, I believe it was the Cyber Dragons, because these are good against a lot of different things like Chaos Dragons and Dark World, my worst matchup. I even board these in against Insectors too.
Alright.
And 2 Shadow Mirrors again. Dark World and Insectors, they're my worst matchups. I'd kill everything else but Dark World and Insectors, so I need to have good sideboard for them. 2 Gozen Match for wind-ups, and I also board these in against Samurais, so they can't do asceticism plays to go into Iru.
Or make Xian, because Xian's a dog.
Because they can't make Xian, but this is actually mainly for Iru, because Iru wrecks this deck too, believe it or not. If they go Iru and Kizan, I really can't win the game. If he sticks, I can't win the game. So Gozen Match comes in against Samus too. And then 2 Dust Tornadoes.
Do you not like Maxi?
Huh?
Maxi?
I don't like Maxi. I don't like hand traps in general. I hate the term hand traps, but the Veilers are there just for windups. I don't like Maxi at all. I'm not even a big fan of Veiler. That's why I don't main board them. So they're just at the sideboard.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then the 2 Dust Tornadoes for like stupid decks like Chainburn or Countdown or Heroes even. And I actually board this in against Dark World. A lot of people might not, but this card's really good against Dark World because when they go Gates, you just chain the Dust Tornado to it, and they can't even do anything. Or when if you have like 1 spell or trap hand and a set Dust Tornado and they go Drag Down, you just chain Dust Tornado and set your spell, and then Drag Down just fizzles, and they like can't do anything from it.
Alright, cool.
It's really sweet.
Let's go to the extra deck. Yeah, camera's kind of dying.
We'll run through the extra deck real quick. Just tell me the way. Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, and Catastor. These are only if I want to sync with Veiler. I've only gone for Scrap Dragon so far, but you know they're there just in case. Big Eye, MVP of the extra deck.
Really good.
He's like so good. He just steals games. Shockmaster, I've never needed to go into him. I've never thought in a situation where I've like, oh well, I have to go into Shockmaster now. But he's in there. 2 Geargia X's, that's obvious. Utopia Ray, and this card's even better now because I'm in the mind control, so I can steal their Utopia and just summon him. Probably Imperative, it's allowed to flip my own Geargia armor face up, and it just like hits Spirit Reapers and stuff like that. Maestro's pretty good. Book of Moon, he's pretty decent. This card, awesome. Fairy King Alberditch. He's just a Gores killing machine, and he's good against Xian too. But this is mainly for Gores. He just destroys Gores. Marrowgeist, I've never gone into it yet, but I mean this is mainly for when I run into Sangyans or Recruiter or Tomato, Card Trooper, stuff like that. Steel Swarm Roach for Chaos Dragons.
Yeah.
And I have the Chimera Tech in here, even though I don't main side Cyber Dragons.
Yeah, someone might fuck up. We have Cyber Dragon with Machine.
Yeah, they might have him, and he's in there just in case. So, yeah. I don't know.
Well, that was Brandon from Team Aladeen.
Yes.
Comment, rate, subscribe.
Go check us out.
Yup.